Today we're going to replace the panel with this out of a 5-seater. And I've got this other HoloLens, so it's as if you were here, this is what you'd be seeing. So let's go ahead and replace this thing. It's pretty easy. Now we have to do all of this stuff. Release the weather stripping. Release the weather stripping. Unscrew this. Unscrew this. And disconnect this electrical fitting. Let's get into it. Step 1, cargo trim. This net panel comes from a 5-seat Discovery 3. And so I'm going to replace that whole panel by putting it in to where the factory one is. Okay, today you're seeing what it would be like if you were standing here with me. We're doing a pretty easy job replacing this, and I'll show you a little bit about how that works. I've been completely swapping out the third row. It's been a really easy job. I got this net which makes good use of this pocket space from a 5-seater, and I took my third row out. So there's no net in the factory one. Nice. We're going to focus on replacing the panel the vehicle came with this one out of a 5-seater. It's going to be easy, and we'll gain this cool net. By default, these don't have nets because this had a third row in it. So you can see this is kind of an unused space here. So it's a pretty easy job to take this whole panel and just replace the one that's in here. And then we'll have to do some more things. Step 2, cargo trim. Net not designed for removal. Okay, as far as this net here, it's not designed for removal. You'd think it would be easy, but it's actually harder to try to remove this net. If we wanted this net to come out, you might think that you should just remove this and pull the whole net frame off and reinstall it in the car you've got. But I'll show you why that's harder than it seems. Let me show you what I mean. We spin this around. We turned it around to see, is it possible to remove just that pocket and frame? Okay, now that that thing is spun around, we can see if we're going to remove it, we'd need to undo all of these individual plastic kind of welds, and that's how we could remove that. It would actually come out on the front, but you can see these aren't really these things that hold that frame on. These plastic welds. So these things aren't really screws. They're kind of like welded plastic, one-time use. So you'd have to retrofit it. So that's why it's harder to remove. Step 3, cargo trim. These nets might be dangerous for third row passengers in an accident. The third row seats have been removed from this Land Rover. Quick warning about these nets. Very nice to get this extra space. Looks really clean. You can actually use this pocket. But one quick warning about all this, because as you can see, it didn't come with a pocket, and there's probably a reason for that. This warning about putting these nets in doesn't come from me. The warning comes from this cubby hole. In case you drive this car and still have the third row, might not be a good idea to put the nets in here. There's a reason the manufacturer didn't do so. And that reason is if there's a net here and you've got maybe heavy stuff or, items in there, and you've got maybe a child sitting here, it could fall on them in the event of an accident. You could get a limb in there, or some things could fall out, and I think that's the reason the manufacturer doesn't have the nets when there's a third row. Since I've removed my third row, I feel comfortable putting the nets in here. It's going to make use of that space that's completely unused. Step 4, cargo trim. Release weather strip forward and aft. Unscrew safety belt anchor, unscrew trim panel screw, remove tailgate support. Okay, those are the only tools we need. Let's start back here on the tailgate. Tie it in a knot like that. Pretty good little trick. Then it doesn't get sucked up in there. More room. This one's under a cover. Got it. Now it's time to release this weather stripping. We're going to just put our hands here and pull it out. You can kind of use this hand to stabilize. Don't have to take it that far out. Just where it connects to the panel. Okay, we're ready for the next step. Step 5, cargo trim. Release clips. 6 horizontal, 2 vertical. Disconnect electrical. It's time to release these clips. There's 8 of them. 5 on one side and 3 on the other. These 2 by the cargo access door, they go up. You'll need to pull up. Then there's 3 of the standard push-in style clips and 3 more of the standard push-in clips on this side. Oh, I should replace that one. Hold. Be right back. So that's how it looks on the back side. This is what it looks like on the front. I like to start on the other side. Here. You can follow this down. It goes under this sill here. There's those clips already. 1, 2. Oh, they're lower than I thought. 2, 3. Okay, so you can see that starts coming right up. So I've just released the 3 clips on this side. There's 5 on this side, and 2 go up. These 2. I'm gonna actually let this go in there. Oh yeah, you should take this off, I think. Now up. Take a little hard this time. That's helpful. This corner's open. I got a little bit of a crossbar in the way. 1 second. I'm back here. You can see I got all my feathers and grasses and stuff. I kept those up on top of here. But I need a screwdriver. You can look at how this thing goes. This panel needs to come out under here, and this second clip is here, so you can just kind of lean this forward. One of the things I did was remove some spare tools and stuff from there so that I could move this forward. And now you gotta watch this thing. You want the plastic out of that. Then you can pry up here. There we go. Do you see that? This is what we're trying to get past. So now, there we go. It's almost out. I really just have to get it out from under this. Yeah. Oh, and then here, where our arrow was. There we go. Awesome. Oh, it can't come out because of the electrical connector. I'm going to get at it from the other side. So, the reason we got to disconnect it, what we're disconnecting is these Okay, we got the 5 out on this side and the 3 out on that side. We disconnected the wiring last. Okay, 5-seater, 7-seater. This is what came out of my truck. And this is what I'm putting in because of these nets. These are cool nets. Couple things I want to transfer over. One, disconnect this. I want this thing shwink, because I'll be able to put it there. This is the rear entertainment access. Not that I have third row anymore, but might as well keep it functional. It pops right in here. I'll just take that blanking plate out and pop it in. Second thing. I want to check on the tabs that these doors pivot on. See how these are all stressed out? These have been bent a lot. That can happen when you're quick trying to put this in. So I'm going to check the condition of that one. Oh yeah. So I can easily see that these ones haven't really been bent, but these ones have. So I'm going to take the nicer door. Okay, let me clean it up in here, and then we'll look at the final product. Alright, there we have it. We got this cool cargo net now. With this net, maybe we can do something like keep our gloves in there. That, whatever, we'll find out, time will tell. But there's something else I want to show you. These are just little trim clips, and this is some cosmetic paneling pieces. I got that off of this stuff over here. So before I throw that stuff away, I just salvage whatever I can. And so that's it for this one. Next, I gotta look into doing it on the other side there. But I have rear AC, and so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I might try to rivet the frame around the outside, or I might try cutting this one. I'm not sure. So to be continued. On the left is the 7-seater, and on the right is the 5-seater. But you could put all kinds of stuff in here. Like, what about a net? Let's put a net in the net. So that's the cargo trim with the net. Pretty sweet upgrade. Check out the channel for more Land Rover augmented reality stuff. All made possible with this kind of computer right here. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I might try to rivet the frame around the outside, or I might try cutting this one. I'm not sure. So to be continued.